Your eyes and ears don't lie, back at it again, fresh off leg day. Always good to work out and release some energy. Good for helping manage stress, especially in these times of bullshit. And we're back to talk about this big, beautiful bullshit bill that the cowards in the Senate trying to push through because they ain't got the balls to put their constituents and the citizens of America first. So they fear of this orange-faced gremlin done overtook their duty to the people. And I'm hearing a lot of people that are out here talking about how many jobs it's going to create and how the Democrats ruin the economy, because somebody got at me yesterday talking all this nonsense about how the Dems have done this, the Dems have done that, and they let 20 million people in. You know who you are if you check this out. But I ain't out here to shame and hate on people, so I ain't gonna drop your name or nothing. I don't even think you care, but either way, I ain't gonna give you that benefit. But I was looking through it, and a lot of stuff he's saying is exactly repeating points of these fools that think it's a good idea to do this. Talk about job creation. How many jobs has his policies created so far? What has he done to the economy so far? What has he done to the global economy as far as how other countries view us as being a reliable business partner? Everything is negative. It ain't the art of the deal, it's the art of the steal. And if you can't bully your way through everything like he has his whole life, he don't know how to do shit. The US dollar is down 10% year to date. The global economy are looking for ways to get away from the US dollar because it's so unreliable as far as these government policies and this orange-faced gremlin that's in office, followed by a bunch of MAGA maggots and cronies who have infiltrated like a disease in the Republican Party. Because there are Republicans that can't stand this man or his policies, but they're fearful of this MAGA cult and what he'll do if they cross him. And that's what you're seeing. And the foolishness about it is all these supporters that are defending this bullshit, you're going to get hit the hardest. Red states receive the most assistance from the government. Red states. It's clear, it's common knowledge, unless y'all living in a bizarre world still trying to deny the truth, which we know that. You believe the reality that he's presented to you, not what really is. He could tell you the sky is purple, and as long as Orangeface said it, you'll be like, man, the sky is purple, even though I must be colorblind because I see blue, but it must be purple because he said it's purple. And just last night and this morning, he's sending out memes talking about no taxes on Social Security. Can y'all read? There is nothing in this bill that says no taxes on Social Security. And as people have said, they're going to post to me on some comment, did you read the bill? Yes, I read the bill thoroughly. Both versions. The first one they put out, then the one that they amended, trying to sneak in last minute shit that was going to also increase billions of dollars of debt up to the trillions. Sneaky cuts they tried to put in addition to what we know. There is absolutely no verbiage to state no taxes on Social Security. So a lot of you older people that benefit from Social Security, you've paid your dues. Because if you're eligible to retire right now, chances are you worked hard and you earn it. Because all the programs that currently exist in our government where people are getting money, they didn't exist when y'all were coming up. So the older the people, the harder they had to work. Unless you're independently wealthy and you've come into money, your Social Security matters. And whether it's going to make or break you, you've earned it, you've paid into it, you deserve it. But these foolish people who really rely on government services and federal funding, how dare you sit here and try to support this man at the expense of yourself and the rest of the public? Just selfish idiots. He's going to give you a deduction on Social Security of up to $6,000. But the caveat is that based on what you're getting a month for your Social Security, the majority of people receiving Social Security are not going to qualify for the $6,000 deduction. So you're not getting anything from this bill at all, because a deduction that you're normally not going to qualify for, because your Social Security has to pay you a certain amount to be eligible for the deduction. So the Social Security he wasn't going to go after, get out of here with that. The no tax on tips and all of those, there's going to be no tax on your first $25,000 of tips and $12,000 for overtime. Okay. But that still ain't going to fund enough money in your pocket to make up for the difference in cost of goods if his tariffs stand at the rates that they're standing at. Because companies are going to raise their rates even further to compensate for any tariffs that they have to pay. The tax breaks are going to go to the richest people in the country who frankly don't need it. You hear sob stories about these people mad at how much they're paying in taxes, but when you break it down to the percentage that you're paying in taxes versus what you're taking in, it's low as hell. It's bottom percentile type of shit. I never forget last year when Elon Musk was crying about how he paid $11 billion in taxes, that he paid the most money in taxes that any human being on earth has made, without the acknowledgement that you made more money than any human being has made off government subsidies. Your companies would not be profitable without the government subsidies that you have been given since your company's inceptions. They wouldn't even be able to stay afloat. So it's funny that you beefing with the orange-faced gremlin now, and he talking about deporting you and having Doge look at your contracts, because that was the whole purpose of you joining the government. You got angry with California because they wouldn't give you additional tax breaks. You got angry with the Democrats because Biden offered $12,500 in EV credits if you bought a car from an American-made manufacturer with a union. And you've spent millions and millions of dollars and continue to block every chance and effort to make Tesla a unionized company for the laborers. So you were bent out of shape that they're offering $12,500 for union-made EVs by American companies, and you were getting $7,500. When you've got every break that you could possibly get to leverage your company in the manner that it has against your competitors. Because you were the first company for years where when that tax deduction of the 75 EV credit, whereas other companies, you had to purchase the car at the regular sticker price or whatever you negotiate, wait till the next year to file taxes for that money to come back to you. Tesla, they were taking it right off the sticker price in the deal right at that time, and the government was paying Tesla directly. And that's just one of the things. What people didn't understand is that with Tesla specifically and a lot of the EV makers, because you had no competition for so long, all gasoline companies, automotive companies that sell gasoline cars, if you don't sell a percentage of electric cars, you have to pay into this bucket. So you have all the other manufacturers paying into this bucket. And where does that bucket go to? It goes to Tesla because you're making 100% electric cars. And for the longest, you were the only one that was making electric cars. You were able to drive Fisker out, and that was due to some bad business as well, but ultimately the market cap and the pressure of not selling as many cars, and you had that Fisker karma at a ridiculous price. But that's how you became rich. And that's how you became the richest man in the world. At the same time being an illegal immigrant. You're here on a student visa. So that doesn't allow you to work and create and sell companies. But these are things we've already known if you look at the facts. But we're in a world now where people don't care about facts unless they favor what they really feel and believe. So it's funny as hell to see them going at it, because now you want to deport the boy that funded you getting into office. Because one thing is for sure, you wouldn't have got in office without his money. The leverage you put out with all the fake and misleading news on X, because unfortunately they say right now over 60% of the people in the country get all their news from social media. So not respectable news outlets. Journalism exists, but The most popular places where people get their so-called news, it's not even considered news. Fox News and Newsmax, y'all shouldn't even be able to call yourself a news outlet. Y'all shouldn't even be able to call yourself journalists. And that ain't to say that everything you're getting from CNN is legit or on the up and up. Whatever happened to the period of time where you report on the information and facts objectively and let your viewers decide? Now, whenever you watch a station or you look at an outlet, you know exactly where they lean politically 9 times out of 10. And there are some locations that you can go to where you can try to find left, right, and neutral leaning places or with the fact checking. But that's why Trump made sure, for damn sure, that they get rid of all fact checking. That you get rid of any type of government entity that protects the public and holds people accountable. He's gotten rid of all of them so that no one can stop him from breaking the law. And the Supreme Court and a lot of these justices that are out there, these judges, you're just cowards. You pledge an allegiance to this son of a bitch instead of the Constitution and the citizens of this country. And it's a damn shame. So if they pass this bill, I hope that I don't root for Elon Musk about nothing, because way before you were doing the Nazi salute, I've known you as a piece of shit because you've always talked highly of the apartheid. It wasn't just the politics and stuff that you involved in now where all of a sudden I don't like you. I ain't never liked you because I knew how you were able to build and be successful with Tesla on the taxpayers' backs. How you used to talk about how much you loved and supported the apartheid when you were growing up. The benefits that your family had and that you felt you deserved just because of the color of your skin. So you've always been a piece of shit. It's just people don't look at brand information or the history, or they don't care. They're dismissive. I want a Tesla because when Teslas first came out, it kind of makes you in your mind think you better than people having a Tesla. I got an elite car, and the group of people that have that, we're something special. So you might have even known how much of a piece of shit Elon Musk was, but you didn't care because you wanted your Tesla. And that's all right if you wanted a Tesla. I ain't knocking nobody hustle. Just like everybody right now is pissed off because now you want to boycott Tesla now because you put out the Nazi salute. What about all the other shit you were saying that didn't matter to a lot of these people? Because the value that you got for people, we ain't all created equal and the same in the minds of a lot of these people out there. But I hope you guys do go with it. And if he deport your ass, it's going to be funny as hell. Because he done already got all the money and stole your shit. So he don't need you no more. But, you know, as we were talking about what's important, this big, beautiful bullshit that they trying to pass is going to be detrimental to our future financial security, in addition to the policies and programs it's going to kill. It's going to add $3.5 trillion or more in debt. And that's all the Republicans ran on. They whole damn time was how horrible the debt was. What Biden's doing and the Democrats and the debt. It's not sustainable. We can't do like this. And then you go back and you look at, that's what y'all willing to do. Every single thing that you said was a problem with the previous administration and the Democrats, y'all going against. You go back and look at all of these coward-ass Republican MAGA maggots that are voting for this bill. Y'all for years were talking about the debt can't be going up, it's not sustainable, and it's the worst threat to the country. And it's unacceptable. As you go and increase the debt and raise the debt ceiling. And the debt ceiling increase, that's an issue too, because why are you asking for more money if you ain't intended on spending it? You jackasses. So that $3.5 trillion, oh, that's going to go way up. Because as a result of a lot of the shit that he's doing in this policy and this bogus bill, it's going to increase other areas that they're not even calculating. Today, you got tech companies that are laying off 9,000 people from Microsoft and thousands of people in other companies, and they're replacing people with robots. So this job creation that people are talking about, were you talking about job creation for human beings or robots? Because the top percentile, these business owners that really own these companies, they don't want to deal with an attitude or somebody being sick, or somebody having to be treated fairly, which that's an issue too, because you got rid of everything related to the Labor Commission. The regulatory divisions that monitor unions, all that's gone, because he ain't never been a fan of the unions. So how unions voted for him, I can't call it. How veterans voted for him, the way he speaks about veterans and service members, not to mention he a draft dodger. So now it's up to the House to stand on business and do the right thing and not pass this shit. It shouldn't even pass the rules vote. But you never know. Because these people are such cowards and fearful of him because they know the cult that follows him. But y'all need to really be thinking about yourselves instead of trying to be with the cult. This MAGA experience that I'm seeing, it explains to me how Jim Jones could have got everybody to go to Jonestown and be on that bullshit. And then when you did wake up, it was too late. They poisoned and killed you by force. Y'all better get out of MAGA before it's too late. And you can't just come back over to the normal side. You've been in the dark too long, so it's going to take some time if you even ever get accepted by the normal population. But y'all need to get out of MAGA Town, a.k.a. Jonestown too. Y'all need to get out that cult because it's ridiculous.